Experience has been like assimilating into the team, working with another great just like yourself. And maybe it's a great problem to have two great players who can carry at different times, but I still am curious, you know, how you two have developed in your relationship over the last 12 to 15 months.
I played with some good players in the past. I've had the luxury of having good teammates in both Origin, in G2, and in TSM, but I never met someone like Bjergsen. He's just so good at the game, while also being a great teammate, being a leader, and he's so good at keeping emotions out of things and making sure everyone's rational and we're working towards the same goal, and he has a great work ethic and so much discipline, and I admire his way of doing things so much. I've learned so much from him without even like him teaching me things, you know, just looking at him and how he operates. And I think that working with him has been a pleasure for me so far, and I think there is no discussion that he's the best player in NNA, and has been for a long time. And even if he's not the best player, he's definitely the most valuable to this team. I know that for a fact. So I'm so happy working with him. And I think TSM wouldn't be what they were, or what they are, without him.
All right, so let's get down to brass tacks. The thing we care about most, which is winning an LCS title.
Yeah.
Isn't it oh so fitting that you'll be playing Team Liquid in the finals? They are back-to-back LCS champions right now. They're looking to three-peat, as well as hand double lift his 6th title in the LCS. Bjergsen, your teammate, looking to do the same thing. Talk to me about this finals matchup.
We all kind of knew Teal was going to win in FlyQuest. Teal has so much star power, and double lift is one of the NA GOATs, only behind Bjergsen, I think. Maybe Sneaky is up there as well. I think that Teal's biggest strength is their bot side, and my biggest strength, or our biggest strength as a team, is that we don't have weakness. Teal has weaknesses. I think the top side is slacking, not slacking, but their weak point. They often sacrifice him and hope that bot lane carries, and that works against bad teams, because double lift is good, right? He's skilled and he can carry games by himself. But when he can't carry, because his opponent is as good as him, or maybe even better, it's not good. Whoa. But if he can't win hard enough, Impact can't do the same as I can by holding it off Broken Blade. We play better on Broken Blade than they do about Impact. Our top laner carries the game harder than their bot lane carries the game. And they only have 1 to 2 lanes to play it through, and we have 3. And we all know that Jensen doesn't do so well against Bjergsen, so they actually only have 1.
Right.
So unless TL steps up massively for their playstyle, I'm confident I'll match against them.
So you guys have a number of win conditions, it seems, that you can meet against a team like TL, but you being double lift's counterpart in the bot lane, do you feel any extra responsibility or pressure in that matchup and in taking the title back, the crown back?
I think I wouldn't have it any other way. Pressure doesn't make me feel any worse. It's like my advantage, because I care so much about this and I want to win. This is the most dope final anyone could ask for.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a banger, I'm sure.
All right, well, you delivered us one hell of a semi-final. I'm hoping for more of the same here in St. Louis. Sven, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck.
Gracious, 51 as engagers for the team too. On the side of FlyQuest though, they have also locked in the Zoe for Pobelter, his Game 5 winning champion. He absolutely hard carried for FlyQuest to get them here today. He's on this once again. They have once again flexed the Aurelia up to Viper, who talked about not even having that many recent games on Aurelia, but having the confidence to play that flex for the team, and it worked out incredibly well.
Now, Aurelia versus Kennen top lane is one of the things people looked at as a possibility to help the FlyQuest upset happen. Get the carry versus carry matchup, let Viper hopefully win with experience in this kind of champion with a bit of aptitude on this kind of champion. And we'll see if they can withstand the mid-game spikes and if they can get into the late game. And Wild Turtle can do the late game carrying that he had been doing throughout the back half of the split. It's time for the coaches to shake hands. Invert, always incredibly stylish. Here we go. Team Liquid were the favorites coming into the year. And for the first 15 games, you thought this is definitely the squad, a 14-1 start. but then a 3-game losing streak. Jensen, Doublelift, Core JJ, absolute juggernauts in their roles. And FlyQuest, with a rookie top laner and a few new additions as well, have managed to make top 4. And it's time for the battle to join TSM in St. Louis. Who's going to make it through this best of 5? Leaving the fountain. Another Sonateric bot lane here in the LCS, undefeated in the playoffs, and Team Liquid already showing a little bit of something new, even though it's been seen before, as FlyQuest are going to hope that Viper on Comfort, Wild Turtle the same, making another rectified statement.
TL fans, though, going to have some questions. You know, is this the draft that you were expecting to see from TL? Doublelift has not had the best history on mages in the bot lane. This is more similar to that style. Impact, not the guy you usually want to see on carries, but here's an evade.
A double stun. JJ's got to run away, but the killer is already there to do some damage. Looking for 2 more shots to kill him. Will he have to burn the flash? Somebody heal might be enough. Will there be the extra auto attacks? Impact coming in here to help out as well. Flashing over the wall, flashing to follow. 2 autos should be enough, and it is. Impact starts out strong in the top lane.
They get another flash as well. Pobelter has to use the real flash on Zoe to escape from the bottom side, and that is Team Liquid already securing first blood for their top laner. Impact on Kennen now is going to have the extra money to get more aggressive.
I think FlyQuest made the read that it was a 5-man invade on TL on the top side to try to get wards up there, and you know, they saw some members of TL on the top side, so JJ and Turtle think it's safe to walk in here on the bottom side and get those wards down. But Jace, as well as Tarek, waiting there and landing the double Bastion.
Yeah, running into the Tarek stun here. They're able to land the double. JJ taking way too much damage there. The rest of Team Liquid are here to help corral him. Impact flashing over the wall. Now, flashes expended here are going to need to be tracked by the junglers. Impact is ahead on Kennen, and in the range matchup, you want to try and threaten. But without that flash, you have to be so cognizant of where is Santorin. Rek'Sai, a very potent ganker early on, can go for those flash plays. And so that is why Impact right now is actually letting the minion wave sit in the middle.
And speaking of Impact, he did not get time to recall, so the first blood does not affect the laning phase right now. No extra items brought in here for the fight, so it will still be a fairly straight up 1v1. And again, as you mentioned, flash down, despite getting first blood, Impact technically a bit behind.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to hold on to that lightning rush, use it pretty defensively. You know, when you are in these awkward positions, you want to make sure that you're not using it too aggressively, because if a jungler shows up, you have no flash, you have no lightning rush, you're going to be so susceptible to going down.
That's still hoping to harass with Kleptomancy, and Santorin's going to sweep the wards, make sure that, okay, Impact does indeed have to play with Fog of War here.
And Santorin should know that when he goes for the Scuttle, he'll probably be by the Scuttle Crab ward. That is so common by all teams on both of them, so he'll know that he's been scouted. If you do avoid all those wards though, Rek'Sai can actually go much more deep into enemy territory and come from behind laners, even on the top side. Not going to be the case though, as he's been scouted, and we'll go back to the jungle to finish clearing.
Still going to be a camp and a half behind this Olaf right now. Smithy has knocked down 6 himself, still has a Scuttle to take. Instead cleared all of his normal camps, grabs the red smite, and he'll be ready to go back on the map. 2 control wards, first recall. I know from solo queue, never seen that happen from my junglers, Kobe. But if you've done that either, but it is a vision focused here for Smithy.
Yeah, he goes for the power clear on Olaf, just getting all of the camps down this early. Then you go out for some vision work, and you come back to your jungle starting at that top again. They will all be respawning in line at higher experience, and you get to continue your power clearing. It's actually one of the fastest routes to level 6. And you have a little bit of time here while you're waiting for them to respawn to go get some invade done.
Another really kind of interesting thing about this Sonateric bottom lane is the access to double sight stones as you're going further into the game. You know, when you talk about mid-game and that being a lot of the power around that, you can play even more effectively around objectives like the early Barons because you have 2 people to heal you through the damage coming out of the Baron, but also because you have such a plethora of vision to actually be able to set up and kind of secure those objectives.
That'll be something we see soon enough. As you're seeing, of course, it is Core today taking all the normal farm as they wait for Doublelift to finish his quest. And then once that's done, Sona goes to back and getting all of the gold. Now, when we saw the C9 TSM game, actually, it was the Tarek losing a lot of farm up to the pushing of Sven and Smoothie. In this case, Turtle and Core JJ, or sorry, Turtle and JJ, I'm gonna get that wrong all series, have not punished Tarek's farm, and he's actually last hitting just as well as the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, and it's much more difficult when you have a melee champion at your side to try and punish the Tarek Sona lane. So that's why they were so confident to lock this in after seeing the Galio early.
You can see, though, how this lane can win through poke, right? You know, Doublelift is going to be able to focus almost solely on just poking and harassing. He doesn't have to actually farm. So you're playing this Sona, and every time Turtle is actually going for a farm, you can be threatening to step forward and landing that poke. And as a result, Turtle has already expended his potion and is sitting about 2/3 HP.
Got to sustain back as best he can. Nice little taunt. Core JJ mostly actually shields it all with Bastion anyway. Not going to lose too much there, but looks like he'll stay safe for now as Doublelift gets 14 gold and can walk back to safety.
And this lane really is going to be frustrating to play against if they can get you into these battles. Because not only is there Bastion shield, there's Guardian. Both of these champions can heal. Sona W also adds a shield during the trades. It is one of those things where when you're choosing fights against it as the FlyQuest lineup, you have to be sure that you're going to be able to have essentially that lethal damage, that you can actually fully finish them off, or they will start to heal up and sustain through those fights, and really can look to turn the game earlier.
Just looking by the oftentimes you feel safe when you have that trinket down because you think it sees them and it doesn't. In fact, there is JJ though, spots him. Infernal Rick doesn't slow, an easy walk out for the Olaf, but that's really unfortunate. Committed the control ward and everything and won't get the Drake.
Yeah, gotta be a little bit more sneaky, something like a blast cone over the top or something. JJ wraps around, does find it out. Dragons early on. Santorin just cruising back to the top side, just continue farming here.
No rewards for the early play. And speaking of rewards, make sure you're logged in to watch Trouble. That's the entire series. You can earn rewards for watching those games. Make sure you're logged in, watch the games. You can even still turn on Twitch chat. It's perfect.
Incredible.
Yep.
And in the top lane, we do now know that it's going to be AP Kennen, very likely. The Revolver has come through. We did see yesterday, actually, a build coming out on the Kennen. Always is a Proto Belt rush, and you're going to go with the AP or I think is what can make the most sense with this sort of composition. When you're talking about mid-game focus, when you're talking about forcing team fights, Proto Belt, AP, dive in there, getting all that damage down, I think makes a lot of sense. That's valuable.
Yeah, I like the Gunblade a lot more, specifically versus the Gangplank matchup. Aurelia here, about the all-in. Aurelia now post level 6, has a Rek'Sai as the jungle. So for FlyQuest side, this is one of the big areas you want to look at. He's been great at taking different games so we can get him into the lead. And Viper on the Aurelia, this new guy, rookie of the split for FlyQuest, is on one of those carry champions on the top side.
I'll stand back up. 0.25 seconds at work. Zoe Q cooldown nerfs prevent a second paddle start from landing. Jets is able to keep playing the landing phase. I heard that cheer for the Zoe. I hear you, audience.
Flowers is carrying.
Yeah, now he's like, it's not enough. He's still mad about it.
Does have blast spots here, but again, it's double level 6s for the support. They have Tarek ultimate, they have Sona ultimate for disengage here. Let's see what can get done.
And Smithy may be spotted by this ward over by the Raptor, so that could give him a little bit more confidence to actually commit to it. But with him clearing down towards the bot side, it feels like a pretty small window to actually try to go for it, and it doesn't feel like they're comfortable to commit. I'd also say for FlyQuest, because of kind of the nature of how competitions interact, they are not the ones who really need to force. If you're just happy to farm it out, that's great. FlyQuest is going to opt into that sort of a situation.
That being said, I don't think Team Liquid are up against the timer quite yet. Yeah, they're looking at the mid game.
They've got like 20 good minutes left in them.
Yeah. You're going to set up for that Baron. You're going to take a fight around like the second or third Drake, and that's where it really starts turning around. And first bits of lethality come through. Protobelt done for impact as well. That's free wave clear when he wants it. As items keep stacking up. Turtle is also doing the more frequent nowadays build of Kai'Sa, which is Storm Racer first. Helps you get to those power spikes and the evolves early on. Gone are the days of BF dual pickaxe, though I think it's still viable. As the wave is cleared, the Rek'Sai was near top, but Santorin not going to pull the gank.
Yeah, I think it was more kind of holding around, waiting for a possible move from Smithy. Whenever you see a big minion wave being built up, you have to guard against possible movements from the enemy team. Not going to be the case. Infernal Drake is available. Forwards have been laid, but JJ keeps his watch over the Drake.
Yeah, he's keeping a close eye on it, but as the sight zones are now complete, bot lane, Doublelift is ready, Core JJ's is almost ready. It gets not only much more difficult to actually ever really try to gank them, but an all-in top lane.
Pretty good damage here. In fact, a half HP Viper can keep putting in for attacks, but we need several Qs and no reset left. Can't go over any farther. Still decent damage and trades the ultimates out. Nice move up, taken over by Smithy. As well, and now bot lane is hopefully more comfortable.
That top fight was actually important though, because Viper has such a big health lead now. There's no sustain on Impact. Even though they both have teleports, it's much more risky for Impact to leave. Viper gets control of the minion wave. He also has priority in lane, and that can dissuade Team Liquid from actually making that Infernal Drake play. It really does help out where the bottom lane, they were just getting invaded from FlyQuest, and they were having to do
Dragon fight than the Aurelia ult, right? So that is a beneficial trade there. You can see that the gold is very even between the bot carries, but look at the gold between the supports.
Oh, and another all-in. Gets the stun and flashes in time. A single auto attack separated Impact from death.
He cannot walk back up there. He started to walk back to turn. He'll have flash Q to just die.
Yeah, Viper doing very well for himself, flexing on the top side here against Impact, a veteran in the league. But he's going to get the auto attack off.
Yeah, I mean, it's Impact with the range versus melee matchup. It's Impact who started with first blood, and it's him who's being pushed out of the lane by Viper. This was certainly one of the ways in that a lot of people are talking about FlyQuest is through this top lane, through advantages that they can establish there.
And again, they win some momentum on the top side. They turn it into Infernal Drake here. They finish it up. That is FlyQuest with some extra scaling play. Keep in mind that Team Liquid still has a sizable gold lead off of the first blood and off of the farm.
Yeah, so keep in mind that about 1,000 of that gold lead is specifically the Taric versus Galio matchup. That sometimes doesn't mean quite as much. It really depends on what here.
And I would say one of the reasons why people opt into the Sona Taric specifically for the double support bottom lane is that Taric does have consistent scaling for team fighting for the way that they're looking to play through mid game. Another area where they do kind of rely on.
Definitely, I mean, it's certainly not a Kaisa with the extra 1k gold, sure, but if you get an early redemption and you're looking at mid-game focused team fights, that redemption certainly can be the difference between winning and losing that fight. And it's all, I feel like, against these sort of competitions as Sona Taric about hitting the damage threshold where you're doing enough damage that they can no longer prevent the death and land all of those heals and keep yourself alive. It's actually really
kind of item you never get to buy in a regular game of League of Legends, but it's AP Sona, it's AP Cannon, it's a damage amp for the squad, and it'll spike, well in time for Baron, well in time for second Drake, and that's when you want that power.
One of the cool things about this, too, is so much of the power in Taric is tied into the passive, but because you're normally very squishy since you're so low income, it's actually pretty difficult to get those auto attacks off in a team fight. If you have an Abyssal Mask, if you're really tanking early on, use that passive constantly, reset your heals, reset the dazzle stuns, and have that much more power in a team fight.
Look at the other side here for FlyQuest. They're looking to avoid those big groupings in the mid game. They have Viper on the Aurelia, very good lane. In a side lane, they have Galio that can traverse a great distance across Summoner's Rift. And of course, Pobelter with the Zoe, always looking to pick people off while they're away from teammates, when they're going between lanes here. So FlyQuest looking to spread the map much more and avoid the giant.
And that's what you kind of have to see. How is Teal going to force them to come to them, right? We saw yesterday in the C9 game, around 20 minutes, they just started grouping, walking everywhere as a 5-man squad, trying to force their orders to respond. And as of yet, TL certainly have not been the ones to force. It was actually FlyQuest taking that dragon, and not too much does come from the Rift.
Yeah, in fact, none of the gold was gained. Speaking of being forced, Smithy couldn't walk into local gold range of those plates, so the plates fall, no one gains the money, only the turret damage, and now the dive towards the back line. Turtle dodges the stun, finds a knockout towards the Taric, but he's invulnerable, ult for ult, 2-1 in this case. Out goes Team Liquid.
Yeah, a couple of ults traded, and I really like that you point that out, Freak. I was going to mention, you have to be in top, or else it feels so bad because you're actually losing out on these plates that are getting destroyed there, and you don't get that very valuable income. Still though, Team Liquid 4 plates taken here before the 14-minute mark. It's a big their full lead that they have running into the mid game, which is where they want to focus on.
So these contributes to map control. Those turrets a little bit more injured for when round 2 comes. They go for bigger pushes. Think back to Cloud9 versus amazing series yesterday. It was a fight that obviously not sustained back up. They just kept pushing. Double has Archangel staff done. Cheaper spells, lots of mana. And as Cloud Drake spawns in 80 seconds, that'll probably be a target for their
sit on the Baron almost infinitely because Taric is non-stop resetting using the passive. He can heal just about every global, it feels like, you know, with that Taric heal. Sona is healing you up. So you can sit on that much longer than normal piece.
That's a really awkward into it. Gonna have to cleanse, Potsy. Here comes Rex. This could be more of a fight. Jumps back around for a slow. Nice jumps back as well. Going for round 2. The flash knockup, and that's the first kill of the series for FlyQuest.
Santorin does not give up on the chase. They find the kill on to Jensen here. Throughout the entire jungle, they run almost into the secondary turrets, and they finally take him down.
Nice stuff right there. Brings the gold a bit closer, within 2,000 here, as they've already got that Infernal Drake as well. And FlyQuest hoping to keep this series close, hoping to win it as well. Would be an upset, but they look pretty good right now.
Jensen's a guy that we usually compliment so much on his fancy footwork, but barely tagged the end of the bubble there. Cleansing, trying to get out of it. Let's take a look at the entire run, because this went from river all the way to tier 2 turret.
Yeah, look like he was trying to flash over the full bubble, but just wasn't quite able to get it. Using the To the Skies to gain a bit more distance from Santorin, does land the knockup, but then flash knockup comes through from Santorin, setting up for the Paddle Star from Pobelter, and not enough TL members there in time to be able to
Well, nice stuff there in that fight. We still look at top lane being advantage for Viper as well. As we have Kennen walking back the lane, both players have teleport if the play needs to be had. Taric almost has ultimate back up. Shouldn't be a fight until that happens. JJ in a similar state on the Galio. They can press R soon enough. This is Cloud Drake is alive, and with the 2019 changes, first Drake's pretty good, 3% move speed even in combat.
Definitely true, and a lot of the key items are coming down. You constantly need to check inventories for things like stopwatches. The Kennen, very important stopwatch to keep track of. Impact is full health, has both summoners, could join a possible skirmish on the bottom side, and both junglers are here.
Got a lump coming down. Here comes the first knockup. Nice little stun from JJ though as well. And here comes the teleports. Impact's gonna join this one. This could be big. Stopwatch pop, but JJ's certainly going to die. He's gonna taunt. He's still gonna go down. Impact has both the kills now for Team Liquid. It's time to go for the Drake.
That should be an easy Drake for Team Liquid because FlyQuest have opted to keep Viper on the top side. So FlyQuest will push on the top side towards the turret, and Team Liquid are actually getting turret damage here to try and get the first turret.
Yeah, they should be able to get it very easily, honestly, with 3 members down here. Turret plating has already fallen, so there's not those additional defensive stats as you do knock them down in a group. They'll be able to take the turret, they'll be able to take the dragon as well, and it looked like JJ had a bit of a misexecution there. As he came out of the bush, he let his taunt go, and I'm not sure if that was something where he was charging up and preparing to flash in, and then they didn't have the play ready, but instantly walked into TL without taunt even available. So nothing really for him to do there. But will be able to trade back on the top side. All of that gold is going to be in Viper's pockets, which is going to feel pretty good when you're trying to spread the map, when you're trying to avoid this TL squad. You want side lane advantage.
Especially when they have the teleport advantage now. Aurelia does have 3 force completed, so that kill threat is there. Let's take another look at it. Let's see. JJ, as you're mentioning, in the rush here.
Yeah, I think he just tried to bail out on it. Maybe he was considering going for a flash off, and then hesitated or decided he would go for it. Here's stepping forward without that taunt. You have little to no threat on the Galio, and essentially makes it that one-way trip.
Down he goes. Kill on the board. First turret, only worth 150 bonus, but still plenty in the pocket. Still sitting about 2,000 gold up with 1 Drake apiece. As we talk about it being a mid-game composition, they're still growing for now. They have not passed their point of usefulness as Doublelift is got his Sheen. He's getting closer to Lichbane. That's going to be nice. Second lethality item coming in soon for Jensen. And Abyssal Mask very near for Core JJ. So next spike's coming soon, and it'll be right in time for Baron.
Now, they certainly have not passed, their powerful point, but I would say that they need to get a lot of work done in this next 10 minutes. I think that is really their window. If you arrive at 30 minutes and the game is sitting like this, you're thinking FlyQuest is going to be able to win it. And I think this is really where we're going to be finding the first true test for TL. They're showing us a new composition here. They're showing us double lift, not on a marksman. This is not a scale to late game and depend on your star player style of team in this game.
And a lot of things they're going to be looking for. Flanks, engages here for the Kennen ultimate. Speed ups with Jason Sona. Will they be able to get the Olaf, the Kennen, into place to try and attack FlyQuest and get that backline down? Meanwhile, FlyQuest need to control the vision. Not only does it deny those flanks, but it could set up Pobelter to find picks.
This is sort of where this all hinges now. It's 20 minutes in, there's no Drake alive, it is only Baron. This is really where everything is made and everything is broken. Team Liquid gonna be the ones with the more power right now, but they will fall off over time as Kai'Sa scales. So it's the setup for this top set of the map, the setup for Baron. You're seeing the teleport users already running around. Viper is now bottom lane. TP is up. Trinity Force is complete. Merc Treads help him survive Impact 1v1, and this is now the setup to play.
And I generally find that the later the game goes, the worse it gets in the 1v1 for the Kennen. Especially as an AP Kennen, you essentially have to have enough burst to threaten a 100-0 style of fight against the Aurelia. And Aurelia is not building magic resistance really, but it is a situation where you're going to build a lot of HP and you're going to get past that threshold, and you will always win the long extended fight against an AP Kennen once you hit that, where you have your Sterix and you have your Titanic and your Triforce and all these items. He just can't burst you down.
And I feel like even after you have Triforce and Merc Treads, you're good to go for the Aurelia. Viper definitely very threatening down there. Meanwhile, on the top side, they found Jensen.
That's at least 30 seconds bot. Jensen burns the flash. He's got that to get away. Kai'Sa's going to chase in. Couple more auto attacks. This should be enough. The Q's going to land from Santorin as well. That's a kill picked up. Not quite the ton of the Core JJ. Tia looking to go back forward, though. Double stun landed. Damage to the Core JJ. The Galio of JJ, and he's going to get out.
FlyQuest make a big play on the opposite side of the map. Picking off the split pusher here. Jensen going down on Jace is going to put a stop to the role they're trying to put together.
Yeah, and it's more time bot for FlyQuest. They're doing, honestly, an excellent job moving around here. Feels like they are being the more proactive, more aggressive team so far this game. Being able to look for these plays, and with Turtle closing in on the Rage Blade, such a strong point in the game is approaching for this Kai'Sa.
FlyQuest have done so much work this split. Adding Pobelter and Turtle's experience here with Santorin coming back. And the new rookie, Viper, in the top side, all playing very well. Teamwork here. See if it can work out versus the veteran.
This is Pobelter against his old team, against the mid laner who was brought in to replace it. Pobelter won back-to-back championships with this squad and then was shown the door, right? And certainly you want to take down that team. You want to prove that they made the wrong decision. That with this kind of band of upstart, so to speak, you can take down the TL team who's made of world champions, who's made of superstars and millions of dollars.
Back-to-back defending champions, Team Liquid, but FlyQuest looking to put a stop to that one.
I really do love the story of the FlyQuest veterans, though, because these players have titles, but they were never the ones who were like, oh, they won because of you, Pobelter and Santorin and Wild Turtle. Though you've got like 8 trophies among you, it's not because of you. It's, well, you were on the team, and you've got a bunch of ex-LCS champions here to say, no, we can do it with ourselves, with a rookie top laner and a 1-year journeyman support here pulled up from the Academy League. And so far, FlyQuest holding on very well, but Team Liquid pick up the Drake, and they're still ready to go. Oh, Christian missed.
Oh, the
Nice
taunt.
try.
Oh, popping spell thief there for the extra boost. He dodges out and then taunting double lift.
I especially like that this is Pobelter and Double Lift exchanging in-game taunts because they have been very active on social media as well. But Impact does get a turret during that time. Pobelter's trying to hold them off mid.
Bit of poke, finds a sleep, but the Q won't get much damage, but he takes it up anyway, and the siege continues. This is really what this comp does.
Oh, the
Infinite
flame.
health, lots of poke. Here comes the play. A knock-up in, Galio as well. Can they knock down one? They've gotten the first kill out of Sona. Double is gone. In goes the Kennen, looks for turning it around, but not just yet. Viper is online for the double kill. Looks for number 3, can't find it just yet, but he might get it there. That 3 for Viper in his first play. He's already won 1 series, looking for another. Looking for kill number 4. They found the stun, and it is a quadra kill for Aurelia, and the 5th is picked up. The ace picked up for Pobelter,
And it is Rookie of the Split. split Viper with the deep teleport behind Team Wicklet lines. Comes in, gets the quadra kill, secures the Baron for the team. FlyQuest are off to the races.
That was incredible from FlyQuest, the ace on TL when TL is supposed to be strongest. Impact unable to catch anyone with that cannon. And the Aurelia tearing through the entire team. Quadra kill, ace into Baron. Let's watch it one more time. Here's the TP at the bottom of your screen coming in. And it is the engage initially from FlyQuest, but Impact is gonna come around on the right side with the cannon. You think he may be able to catch the carries of FlyQuest, but he's not able to get on top of anyone.
Santorin leads the charge, sacrifices himself, tunnels in on Rek'Sai, gets the good Galio placement, and then knock up onto the double lift to burn the Sona Flash. Then Viper comes in, finishes off the kill. They destroy the backline and just steamroll Team Liquid.
His own flash, but going to guarantee the last kill comes through. You gotta know Viper is happy about that. Oh, and that's his current mind state. That's the live shot of Viper while playing League of Legends. At 25 minutes in, feeling pretty good about this one now. 4-0 on Aurelia.
It's the focus you can see in these guys, right? They are not getting hyped up yet. They know there's so much work to do, not only to win the series, but to win this game still. And they are staying laser focused here, wanting to close out this first game against TL. The ball is certainly in FlyQuest's court. TL is approaching that 30-minute mark where you start to feel like this composition is going to be falling off. We'll see if they can get something major done in the next couple minutes.
Baron buff on for FlyQuest, keeping the pressure on the mid lane here. Outer turret should be taken down. They just buff up the cannon minion. Pobelter going for poke, and they protect the minion wave. It will do the work for them.
Down to about 1/3 of Slowlands roll off. 50 recollects the axe, triple again, but keeps people fairly safe, and they're going to be just fine. Aurelia and Cannon meet in the bottom lane as they wait for the mid lane to be cleared out as well. So far, no major scraps being done, but the next push is in. Baron's still on for 90 seconds. With the cannon right here, this could be enough. More poke lands. Jensen at half HP. Galio joins in for a bit as well, and the health bars get lower and lower on that turret.
Remember though, the poke doesn't really matter. It's just about the turret because Taric and Sona can sustain you forever, so they need to attack the health of the turret. They need to push them forward, and that is exactly what they are doing here. TL straight back to full, but Viper is pressing on that bottom side, and the clock is working against Team Liquid.
All right, 3-3 now in turrets, and you're right, Team Liquid probably have to wait that minute for Baron to fall, but then not wait too long that we get to 4-item Kaisa. Look at the damage on Poether. What a great crescendo. They found their opportunity. Double Lift sets it up, and Jensen knocks it down.
Double Lift able to get him back for the taunt earlier here. Smithy is on the chase. Olaf going strong.
Got Axe, is not going to find the first one, but now hasted by Sona could find the second. Nice blast gun by some space as the bottom turret falls. As the rest of the team joins up, and he's going to take the empowered recall. So long-term, a kill for a turret. That's an okay trade there as the Baron ticks down.
One of the things to always look for when punishing Zoe, when Zoe gets really annoying when going for all this poke, constantly using her R, is when she uses it, she'll go right back to the point of origin there. Double Lift walks up, throws the Sona ultimate down, right on that dupe, and he's going to be able to lock it in place.
Yeah, they did get the poke down. It does come on this next R, stepping forward here pretty far, and Doubleth is ready and waiting. Nails the stun. The ultimate from the Dazzle is going to follow up there too, rather than the stun from Taric. And at the same time, Viper did take an additional turret on the bot side, so it was the two turrets going the way of FlyQuest, and Viper, in the midst of this, completes a third item. He is now on GA. This guy is monstrously strong. I would really like to see an additional healing debuff kind of picked up though on the side of FlyQuest. I do think that you wanted Executioners pretty quickly here on Turtle against this much healing.
This is now that next major breaking point to be known with the Team Liquid squad as they've got to find their way around this next mid-game fight. The Drake is alive. If you don't fight for this one, what will you fight for? Impact up to half HP. Gets the shield. There's a sleep coming forward. Got to find a little bit of damage. No, not going to find Core JJ. Both are backed off. Crescendo's available. The ultimates all are right here as the Drake is now started. FlyQuest have to examine their battle lines. Look for the poke. Not going to find this one just yet. Down goes the Mountain Drake. Picked up there by Wild Turtle. Will they be engaged? Drowsy on the one. A little bit of damage. Not going to find much of a stun, but now they're re-engaged. Looking to burn him down, and JJ's going to drop. And here comes the re-engage. They're fast. They're furious. They were invulnerable. And the chase is in. Looking to find that second kill. Ken's going to help for this one. And they're going to look to chase down Pulitzer as well as Impact chases in. There's the death of the Santorin. Pobel's gonna drop as well. 3-0 to Team Liquid. A Wild Turtle has nowhere to go.
Yeah, he's just gonna get chased on down. He does ult out, but Smithy is behind him. There is no escape. And Core JJ decided that fight with a single stun. He stuns JJ immediately as he came in, shutting down the Galio. He couldn't even proc the aftershock, couldn't even get a taunt off before he went down.
And just like that, Team Liquid are on the inhibitor turrets. They are running it right back to FlyQuest base.
20 seconds in the major respawns. Inhibitor itself is a guarantee. There's a chance they even look for the Nexus itself. They're cheating them forward, and they're waiting around. They're trying to at least get turrets, if not end the game. You can see these 3 minions must be cleared. Viper tries a bit. The turret's down low. Galio engages. 3 versus 5. Turn it around. Santorin comes in, buys a bit of space, trying to run away. He's going to get back to the fountain, but the new wave is there, but the respawns come in. 1 turret drops. FlyQuest stay alive.
Ooh, FlyQuest are able to defend, and they keep Team Liquid off of the Nexus turrets. Very close there and using some flashes, but they're not done yet. Teleport for Viper.
Can revive, you can look for the play. Impact's a bit low, there could be an engage. Galio ult not available. Viper looks for the stun, not gonna find it, goes in anyway. Doesn't find that either. Liquid slow.
Plans.
That's a sleep. Olaf's gonna ult. They're gonna be able to run away from this one. With Sona, it should be easy. They're gonna walk out.
Baron is on the table, but Team Liquid do have a lot of sustain with the double supports here. FlyQuest heading over that way.
Double Lift is out of mana, though the double support doesn't matter if you can't cast any spells. Sona is very mana heavy. You stay on the map for an incredibly long time, and there's no Ocean Brick next to reach, and blue buff is actually massive for him, but Double has already recalled. It won't really matter in this case. Picked up there by Jensen, who needs mana as well. There's the Drowsy. Olaf is ultless. Not gonna find that Battlestar. Happy to be on the Baron. Looking for the re-engage. Most ults are available. It's gonna be the Smite fight picked up there by Santorin, but Team Liquid are invulnerable. Looking for the kills. They're gonna get one already. Look for a second. Viper gonna force the GA out. And Turtle tries to stay alive, kiting away, but goes down to Impact. The kills are going back and forth there, but Santorin stays alive. Core JJ in the duel. A triple for the Rek'Sai. Santorin pushes back Impact, and now it's Core JJ alone. Just as the Taric, it will be FlyQuest winning the fight. Viper is unstoppable. 5 kills in this game.
5 kills. We just had 5 minutes straight of fighting. They were in the base. They're at the Baron. They're in mid lane. Now with the recalls, FlyQuest have swung it back in their favor once again.
Such a close fight by that Baron, and Balakiel might have been able to clean them up after the initial Baron kill. They do secure it here with Santorin, but in goes Impact with the Taric ultimate, dropping his ultimate, but great job by JJ. He peeled Impact completely. The ultimate from Ken didn't do anything.
Exactly. JJ steps up to the front on Galio, zones the entire team, they tank it. This allows, on the backside, a lot of work to be done by Viper. With his Guardian Angel, he can get back up, and then they finish off the fight. Impact, the only survivor there for Team Liquid, whereas FlyQuest get 2 Baron buffs to take home.
Good pickups there. Good pickup on that Baron. Grit by Santorin to land that smite. Look at this game, though. 300 gold separates. And keep in mind, FlyQuest base is not looking very good. They're missing inhibitor. They're missing one of the Nexus turrets as well.
If people thought this was going to be a one-sided series, they were dead wrong, because even this first game has been back and forth.
Yeah, and FlyQuest is reaching that sort of late game stage that we talked about. This is where it's going to get harder and harder for TL. Kaisa, it now has 3 items plus the Executioners. Deathcap is quickly coming in here for Pobelter. Viper is already enormous, and now building up more magic resistance with the Cowls is going to be that much harder to burst down if you do not have the sustained DPS to knock out this Aurelia quickly. He's going to shred through your team.
One thing to point out, though, is there are some real tanks on Team Liquid. Core JJ has 139 CS as a support. Frozen Heart and Abyssal Master done. 3 tiers for supports with gold, by the way. He is actually online as a real tank.
Let's see if they can bring the team fight together. Remember, Team Liquid have to look for better angles to try and get back to Wild Turtle, back to Pobelter, really threaten those carries that are destroying them.
But so far, Impact has not been able to find those angles. He has a ton of gold in his pocket. He's off 4 items. He has his death cap complete. He has yet to find that big ultimate where he's getting to the backline, where he's on top of Turtle and Pobelter, and that's really what he needs to look for. He needs to look for that big flank, for the TP and flying in behind to try to help them close out this game.
Assassinations. Block it not far away from regular JJ. One of these days I'll get it, hopefully before game 5. Mountain Drake picked up cleanly. Looks like FlyQuest unwilling to fight for that one. Mountain number 2 to TL, no problem, as top scuttle drops. Will despawn before Baron comes up. Not going to mean very much for that top river. Bottom inhibitor basically back on this wave. Should be defended. If you look at pushing with double super minions, could knock it down if they're going to see, but they are not.
Yeah, they might be able to get the mid turret here out of the pressure from getting that inhibitor down earlier, but that's about it. FlyQuest are able to quickly clean up the rest of the super minions.
Talking about items, talking about cleanup. Double death cap is done for Team Liquid. We talked about this comp being very mid-game focused, eventually getting outscaled. I still don't think that has yet happened. They still have 35 minutes, they look all right. And they have some absolutely absurd damage of what a J-Shock Blast can do with a Sona and Cannon over the top with their double death cap. A lot of AP there. Still, the clock is slightly ticking away though, and it is still on Liquid to be the aggressors. Waiting 2 minutes for Baron, probably actually possible as well.
Yeah, I think it's so much down to execution at this point. I do give the slight advantages compensation-wise to FlyQuest at this point in the game, but TL still do have an incredible amount of vision control with double sightstone. They have a lot of pinks in their inventory. They can look to set up around this Baron. That Baron is still a win condition for the game. There's an open inhibitor on the bottom side. There's only one Nexus turret remaining for FlyQuest. That is a way in, and that is a way to close this game out before things get out of control.
Yeah, while we have so much anticipation towards where is Impact going to go, where is the Cannon Sling going to come from, I have to commend FlyQuest. Santorin and Viper have done such a good job of getting good placement for the Galio ultimate, and that has really constructed their entire team fight and opened up space for a lot of the damage to be done.
Important time to consider. Guardian Angel not quite up for Viper, but very soon it will be. It will come up in time for the Baron fight. That's probably when they're actually going to fight for all of this, but worth remembering that was popped in the previous battle. Team Liquid did have enough damage to kill him, but that item was very, very useful. Not a ton of MR on him yet, though, still in just the cowl and the Merc Treads. It's a fairly mage-heavy Team Liquid composition.
Yeah, the GA critically, is coming up now, and also the bottom lane inhibitor has respawned, so there's not going to be that additional passive pressure coming in from super minions. And you do see Impact down on that bottom side, wanting to push this wave up, force someone to respond to it, so that TL can make a move on the other side of the map. But it's FlyQuest at that Baron pit setting up.
I think this might be one of the last windows for Team Liquid where they have a really even footing, because Turtle is working towards his Infinity Edge, and this Kaisa is outputting tremendous damage. Once that gets completed, big chunk on the double lift though.
In about 5 seconds, we'll be back to full. Yeah, there's Tarek, there's Sona, he'll press W again pretty soon. Almost went into the one on Smithy. But both are pretty low, or almost tagged, I should say, but not hit there either. And here is Team Liquid now in the Baron pit, putting the control wards down, getting rid of the FlyQuest vision. Rek'Sai with Tremor Sense makes it a bit easier, but Impact goes forward, finds a Q, finds a shock, and Pobelter down to 1/4 means he might have to recall.
Yeah, they don't have the healers on their team. Pobelter losing this health really does matter, and TL trying to land this poke with this lethality. Jace, they're trying to shove people out. They're trying to get advantage around this area, and they do have control of mid lane for now, but I think they're going to retreat back to the Baron.
Yeah, I think this is incredibly important timing here. This is Team Liquid's window. That chunk on the Pobelter is going to buy them an opening.
There's the couple more wards coming down. It's Fog of War here for FlyQuest. They've got to face check everything and use Rek'Sai for the rest. Does have some vision with that. That is one of the late game importances of that champion, is they can play around Fog because of Tremor Sense. And it knows they are not getting baited on the Baron just yet, but it's still Fog of War for everyone else.
And TL now is going to actually start it up. Remember, Sona, Tarek in the pit. They can sustain this as long as their mana survive. Jensen and Impact are trying to zone it out. Impact is spotted, though. He's not in a flank position.
TPing for a flank on the other side, though. Here comes the play. Baron's too low. Good smite picked up, but there's the engage looking for the refight, and it's not going to be enough just yet for the FlyQuest side. Kennen does massive damage. Galio joins the back line. 1-for-1 so far. Kennen for Galio. Revives Viper. He's dropping as well. A double kill now for Xmithy. Team Liquid get Baron and the team fight.
What a huge victory for Team Liquid. They're chasing down Turtle, too.
He's going to get crescendo. They're going to have the follow-through, and double it takes him down. And now it's 4 versus 2 with a Baron buff. Team Liquid certainly have enough to close down game 1.
Yeah, I think they can do it here. They're marching down. It's going to be up to a miracle from Pobelter or Santorin, but do they have enough damage to get through all of this healing and shielding?
It doesn't seem likely. They're all full health. Lands a paddle start. Decent damage there. The chunk onto Zoe. One more shot. Double finds another. 3, 2, and 11 for him. And down go the last turrets. Team Liquid take back FlyQuest. 1-0 start to the series.
What a well-fought opener here on Sunday. Team Liquid, I feel like they really needed to make that window work, and they did. Baron buff ending the game before the Infinity Edge comes in. Such a big team fight for them. The timing there on the Baron, just a little bit too quickly for FlyQuest. They didn't have people in position to go for the flanks and try and punish them.
Oh, what a good game right there. Team Liquid, they continue to stay aggressive throughout the mid game. The 2 team fights they really won by a lot, getting the first Nexus turret, getting the inhibitor open, gave them a lot of space overall, and they had some really big picks. The crescendo from Doublelift back at like 18 minutes in the mid lane, picked off Bolter. That was absolutely huge. And then again, towards the end right there, catching Turtle, just to make sure they can close out the game. A lot of good plays around that squad.
Yeah, and I think you have to give a lot of credit also to Impact in that final fight. You know, the reason that it looked so one-sided towards TL is Impact was actually zoning out almost the entire team. Viper goes in for the flank, but instead of collapsing back to him, he goes forward, he drops the ultimate, drops the Zonias. They have to back off. You cannot fight through that, and the carries couldn't actually enter the fight.
Impact got the stun onto JJ, so the Galio ultimate couldn't support the Aurelia engage onto the back line.
Yep.
There was no extra help there, and it collapsed.
And of course, Aurelia versus 3, you keep shielding it, keep healing it, not gonna get those kills. So now for more on how game 1 shook out. Hello and welcome back for game 2 between FlyQuest and Team Liquid. Obviously,
So you have more room.
so far so good. 5 for the title and a spot at the mid-season invitational. That's all to play next time. One of these 2 teams will join them over there as we're ready to go into this one.
Yeah, going to be very, very interesting to see how this one is playing out. I'm also interested to see how Doublelift is going to be able to deal with all this dive on the Sivir. Not someone who has any sort of move block or dash to actually escape a lot of these champions diving forward. You do have the spell shield, you do have the speed up from the ultimate, but he has gone for a more defensive route with his keystone also, taking the forward as opposed to the tempo. But even with all of that, if these guys can get on top of that Sivir, it's really just kind of up for JJ and Smithy's to field.
I love watching the matchup here of Pobelter versus his replacement. Once again, Pobelter got the counter pick. We saw him going offensive early with the LeBlanc, trying to whittle down that health of Jensen.
Turtle getting extra potion and ward. Just kind of chill so far in this lane. More trading in this mid side. As Jensen's getting a bit lower, but also having a decent shot with these early trades. Q not gonna land. Good walk away.
And Jensen covering the origin of the distortion there with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, so Pobelter does not take it back. Brings out a little bit more in health. It's all about the corrupting potion charges. And they're actually burning through them very quickly here. Only 2.5 minutes, and there are no more charges left for Jensen.
Yep, Pobelter still does have the one. It is double cleanse here in the mid lane. You know, both of these guys feeling like they are going to need it to stay safe, and I do think it's an intelligent choice, especially when you're considering it's not just about LeBlanc chains. There's the Galio taunt that you're going to have to deal with later on in the team fighting.
Still playing aggressively there. Pobelter goes into the minion wave, getting Jensen down to 200 HP.
And I mean, you talked about how very frequently LeBlanc is banned out when you're going to grab the Zoe. This time it was not, so they did leave this up, feeling that Jensen would be able to survive that matchup, would be able to play it out. We'll see how he's going to be able to do. I mean, the farm is pretty much just dead even right now. But the trades are going slightly in Pobelter's favor. Both these guys, though, out of potion charges. So really, next advantageous trade feels like it sends someone back to base or even maybe a kill.
Yeah, time to call your jungler, honestly, is what I feel like whenever I see no more potion charges and half health on both mid laners. No jungler making their way here, though, so it is 1v1.
More minions to farm for Pobelter. Slightly down in health, though, but Jensen not getting any more damage done. Viper push out of lane, and look at this. It's 25-12 in CS. That's going to be a forced TP very early on. Not going to have more than a couple of longswords to his name, or maybe even less than that.
Yeah, and credit to Impact. Very well done. You know, certainly has gotten criticism for his play, especially on lane bullies. And Jace is a champion where you want to be dominating lane, and so far, so good. These early levels are going to be the hardest for Akali. But Impact is making the most of it, and we'll see if he can continue to extend that advantage.
Yeah, and we see the differences, right? When you're up against a tank, the Conqueror is very common for the Jace. He's got an Airy here because there is no tank on FlyQuest. It's all about can they land the burst damage and chunk people extremely low. Santorin has made a visit here, not stepped over the ward quite yet, possibly waiting for some more offensive moves.
And when you do go Airy Scorch, I really feel like it's the most laning power that Jace can grab from those runes. You're having so much additional poke. Anytime Viper is stepping forward, you get that auto down to proc your Airy, and you're constantly trying to keep him low. And that is why we saw Viper buy 3 potions, buy a cloth armor. That was his base. He is going very defensive because he knows when you expend the early TP, you have to be able to hang around in the lane until at least level 6 or below.
The other advantage here for Impact, pushing in that minion wave, he can actually walk back. Doesn't have to use his teleport. He can use it to try and keep up the pressure, but he has the time and the choice. He is going to use it to go into the lane and try and keep up the pressure here onto Viper.
And this is just a choice, you know, as you say, he could hold on to it, but this is him saying, no, I'm going to try to push you out and force you to have another bad buy, another bad recall. And, you know, it's going to be that battle between Viper trying to sustain, trying to survive and avoid damage, and Impact trying to punish him, because the next recall is the one where you get the big advantages, where you start taking plates, because he won't have TP for it.
At this point, every shock blast that lands is another health potion almost that Viper has to use. 2 left in inventory. Impact defends his control ward, just runs them off.
More CS, it's more XP dropped as well. Nice headbutt, but still ton it back, and now we got Santorin around as well, according to Day, with a nice flash, but still gonna be feared, still out of range of follow through. Burns his own summoner spells, 2 flashes out for the Team Liquid side.
Yeah, very valuable gank still for Santorin, even though they don't get a kill. A lot of summoners blown there on the side of Team Liquid.
Yeah, the fact that you didn't have to spend any of your own means it's a pretty easy repeat gank. Once Santorin hits 6, I think you want to go straight down through that bottom lane. You can set that up with a taunt flash from JJ, Nocturne flying in. So we're going to be very vulnerable during that timing window.
Yeah, the first Nocturne ultimate is going to be incredibly important. Santorin's farming his way ahead, as both these junglers are level 6 reliant. Big dodge there from Viper not to take damage, but he's denied the cannon minion. In fact, kind of shoots that one right over, so he's not able to get it.
58-31 in CS right now. That's with cloth armor, the TP back, and more potions. So it is not looking good right now for Viper. Another trade to the mid side. Good damage out from Pobelter. Lands a second chain as well. Getting Jensen quite low. If he had ignited, almost be enough. He's forced the cleanse. Bubble blocked by a minion. Secret Service there, but now comes round 2. Does he guess correctly? No, the right one was up at the top. Burns the spine anyway, walks right back out.
Yeah, you want to start spamming your move commands on your clone as soon as you get out, so both of them are walking around. Keep them guessing. Pobelter does get out of this one, but now they're going in!
Big damage to dive in for Nocturne. Where's the flash going to be? The chase in! He pulls him back! What a play! And Smithy keeps his teammate alive, but the flash, the ignite, cleansed back out, and he's safe. Jensen's going to stay alive.
Are FlyQuest safe, though? Impact's coming down. JJ heads up the mid lane, and they run them back. Very explosive team fight here in the mid lane. Jensen burns both summoners to stay alive.
He does stay alive, and critically, this relieves some pressure for the TL bottom lane as well. We talked about how the fact that the Doublelift has no combat summoner, he has no flash. He would have been very vulnerable to that Nocturne ultimate. It got expended here, and it was not rewarded with the kill, but they want to go in, flash back out of range from Pobelter there, then waits until the spell shield is off, pulls him away with the Skarner ultimate.
Yeah, really good peel there from Smithy. Then uses his own flash over the wall. And even though JJ flashed for the ignite on a Jensen, he's running cleanse in the mid lane.
Nice job right there, hitting his buttons and staying safe. So no kills on the board, but a very close game overall. Now Santorin, nice job, waits out the spell shield and gets his own done. Yeah, still fighting and get back and forth.
Now Viper.
The squad, that's a slow, has to watch out for the bubble, flashes forward, first ult used, he's invisible. Round 2, can he land it for the damage output? Gotta watch out for Jensen though. And he can't go for it, commits the flash, gets nothing. And now watch out, Impact, gonna land some damage, and there is first blood for Jensen against Viper.
Jensen with the Spell Thief exhaust there completely turned it around. I don't think Viper was taking that into account. He flashed in for it, got exhausted immediately. Jensen saves his jungler there.
Yeah, you can see Viper wanted to create a play. He's been spending the entire lane phase just getting harassed by Jace over and over, pushed under the turret, losing CS. Saw an opportunity to try and get some gold in this game, but it is too far reaching for FlyQuest. With Impact coming down, they close the gates, they get the first blood, and now he has freedom with this top turret. Multiple plates taken down.
I mean, that is just massive because not only does Viper die, he expended his flash and his ult. You have no kill pressure on the Jace now. Jace got 3 turret plates there. That's your kind of opportunity to swing that matchup back. And here it is one more time. Look at the Spell Thief's exhaust immediately onto Viper as he goes in. Exhaust just now expiring. Xfinity is already out of there and they can turn it around.
Yep, Viper running back out of the cloud, but Impact has made his way down, and Jensen to be able to use Viper's own flash to kill him.
The flash betrayed him.
Beautiful stuff, though, and it's Team Liquid, 1,300 gold ahead. Top lane specifically is exactly that advantage as well. So really tough stuff, differing leads around the map everywhere else. As Impact, the critique was, well, if he plays tanks, the team looks looking good, but he's on AP Cannon, he's on Jace, and he's winning this lane really hard here.
They say practice makes perfect. There's a reason they put some extra time into it, I guess.
Yeah, certainly has paid off that practice so far, but you know, Viper, that roam really feels to me like that is what blew the lane open. I think that the disadvantage there was more okay because you're thinking, well, hey, if he hits 6 and he has kill pressure, maybe it gets turned around. Now he has a full Hex Drinker and Merc Treads, a very defensive build from Impact because he knows it's only going to be Pobelter or Viper matching him in a side lane. Both of these guys are magic damage. Both of these guys need to have full kill threat to be able to really contest you.
All right. Mid lane once again, Xfinity trying to keep the vision around here for Jensen, a guy that likes to play lane dominant. There's been so much action expended from both sides around that mid lane. Skarner, though, picking up the Spire, gives a lot of stats here for easy dragons.
This looks very easy to do, and you mentioned action before. Ultimate's up for both junglers as well. Watch out for that. Play gonna land the Paddle Star. Pobelter at half more damage out for Jensen, and be careful because CoreJJ is around. We have ult for the junglers. We have the chance for Nocturne to come in, for Skarner to find that kill. There's no contest. There's a pick up of that Drake. The Ez ult attempts, not going to land for Wild Turtle. We might have round 2 of the jungle gates coming in pretty soon, especially with Flacco's feeling a bit behind. You feel like Santorin must pull the trigger at some point.
All right, he's got stopwatch as well, so it could be a possible dive opportunity. But when he's looking down the list, there's not a lot of vulnerable areas. Jensen's flash will come back up soon. Still has cleanse. They've got control wards. He's going for it before it's up, though.
This one, stopwatch goes in, finds a bit of damage, but now going to pull him right back into the turret. Only a single shot, though, as he runs. Not going to get Paddle Starred. Out he goes.
Here comes Impact.
Bit of over ult shock. Blast going to get blocked by Pobelter. Sends in the clone, runs away. They're going to stay alive. And the second roam still looks pretty good for Impact.
With that low health bars, though, it's going to mean Team Liquid will be able to get some turret plates at least. JJ comes over.
Stun up by Corey. JJ headbutts him, not quite the right direction. Able to get away from that stun, but 2 plates down. A little bit of time for the top laner to farm. That's at least a sigh of relief for Viper, but it's only a single wave.
Yeah, that stopwatch was huge from Jensen. Not only buying time for Impact to get down, but actually, muting the damage coming in from the Nocturne ult. He did it so early, and they almost were able to turn that around for some kills, but FlyQuest does escape, and it did cost Impact his flash, so there will be a slight edge over to Viper, who's going to have his up first.
Yeah, that flash for the shock blast, I feel like you have to also count on a mistake for Pobelter, who's right next to him, to allow that to go through if that play is going to pay off. It doesn't happen. So now at least there is some sort of opening maybe in the top side where Impact doesn't have flash. Maybe next Paranoia, Nocturne, Ultimate plus Macaulay all in could bring back Viper, but besides that, it is looking very dire on that side of the map.
Yeah, it really does feel like a lot of the onus is on Santorin because there is this Hex Drinker of Merc Tread. It's so hard for a colleague to really hit that all-in level where you can go for 100-0 style play on Jace. Where Nocturne does have the ability to add that critical damage. It's all physical damage from him, and there's no armor purchased up from Jace.
What have you gotten us into this time?
Well, bot lane has already lost 2 turrets right now as Team Liquid have a very large gold lead. 2,500. Got to be more than the average for both of these teams. This is Team Liquid smashing the early game right now, and what was a much closer one over in game 1, but a more conventional composition, and really across the board doing great.
We'll see if Smithy just rushes straight top to drop the Rift Herald. There is about 20 seconds, and yeah, he's going to try to go for plates here. He wants to be able to cash in. I'm not sure if it'll make it there quite in time.
Yeah, I think it will.
It's going to be pretty close here. There's only about 10 seconds, so it should actually get the charge. It will get the last 2 plates. It will get only the solo gold onto Jace as well. You can see him donating that full amount of gold over to Impact, so really putting priority on getting him way ahead. He is up 2,400. That is insane.
Yeah, I feel like Impact would have gotten that anyway. Maybe not in time for the plates, but they got that extra one.
Right, yeah. It's
With
yep. The first plate was for sure. His second one was up for debate. Either way, Shelly does go down. Viper kills it, but 43 CS down, plus the 5 turret plate first turret. This is a mountain to climb right now, and Viper's got Everson in front of him here. Impact looking pretty good in this game. Looking good all series long.
Quietly down on the bottom side of the map. And these guys have been bombing away. Sivir did go for the Essence Reaver as the first item. Now, this is a bit more utility based. You'll be able to wave clear essentially infinitely. You'll always be able to regen that mana, and you're going to have the extra CDR for more frequent ultimates, helping out the starter, helping out some of these members who are looking for that hard.
3,000 difference. In the bottom side, waiting around for Santorin, who is near there as well, but not in ult range, but we once again have jungle ultimates available. 9-0 in place, not a surprise here. Ultimate massive as well, and every single time Santorin has shown up, Xmithie was there to counter gank it and keep his team alive. One of these cases, they even got the kills.
Yeah, it's looking pretty difficult here for FlyQuest, considering they're the team that wants to spread out and try and take advantage of that way, where Team Liquid has a much easier route to try and move up more objectives. Like bottom side, there's going to be another Infernal Drake. Currently top side, Impact is going to have a hard time though.
This is a 3v1 without Flash. This seems unlikely that he lives. The fear is in. On the board, can they donate? Yes, they do. Viper, finally, some gold in his pockets.
And a really good timing to actually kill him, because this could potentially prevent TL from just rushing down the Infernal. We'll see if FlyQuest can wrest some of the control on that side of the map back whatsoever, but for now, it is actually Wild Turtle's just heading towards mid lane, and it may be a free bot lane turret there for doublers.
Taking assignments around, there goes bot lane outer, so 2-0 in turrets. FlyQuest's only score point is the fact that they got a single kill in a 3v1 against a flashless Jace. They are kind of getting thrown away in this one as 2 item spikes are coming through for the Ezreal. Not just yet here for the Saber, but golden inventory is reasonably high for the Zeal. And here comes Infernal Break number 2, and there's not even a FlyQuest map member while zoomed out on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too much extra strength for Team Liquid grouping up down here by the Infernal Drake. They just used their Nocturne ultimate on the top side of the map. Pobelter walking up there on the Blanc too, so FlyQuest committed for that kill, and Team Liquid get another Infernal Drake.
Yeah, and the next one's going to be Infernal as well, and it feels like giving up a triple Infernal advantage is almost always a loss, so we'll see if FlyQuest is going to be willing to try to fight for that one. It becomes such a big target now for these two teams. You know, seeing that next fight around it, who can gain the advantage, and can Impact draw enough pressure in a side lane to continue to extend his lead or open up opportunities for the rest of his team.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or even in a 1v1 here. Xmithie actually trying to chase down Pobelter. Doesn't have any extra speed and just going to clear out the wards. But even if Team Liquid bring those